Hey guys, I'm in the middle of recording a video. Say hi to the viewers. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, chat. I love global chat for this game. Global chat is great. Mom, I'm on TV. Thank you, global chat. I wish more games had this because this is fantastic. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are talking about the Orc race within Dragon Champions, mostly because they are a great team for any new players out there. There's been a big influx of new players to Dragon Champions over the past couple of days. Don't really know why, but you do get several Orcs at the beginning of the game, and if you have not seen my video for the top 10 characters for Dragon Champions, recommend you go check it out. There's a link up above. Within that video, there's two separate Orcs that pop up on that list for good reasons. Orcs have some very strong characters within their team, and in fact, they're probably one of the better races that you can build a full team out of. The other one being Pandas. Both those are incredibly powerful race teams that you can build. So today we're talking about Orcs. Now, with this team, you have 7 currently within the game, though one of them is not available right now, and that being More Doom. Though, if you do notice that he's a 330 shard team or character, so some kind of big journey down the road, and more than likely, his synergy's kind of with demons, so not really one you're probably going to build an Orc team around. But that leaves you 6 options here, and then another one of those is really more for your older players, your whales, because he's through a shop that you get only with 7-star characters. So then at that point, you're down to 5 Orcs, but don't worry, those 5 Orcs make for a very strong team. So the amazing thing about Orcs is you actually get several of them very early on within the game. Rantha is given to you as a default character for beginning the clan's campaign. Mortha you then unlock very quickly through the missions that you get as a starting player, and you should finish those up by the time you get to level 20, which is not that long anyways. And then Korkrem is the character that you get by completing your daily missions. You'll get 5 shards of him a day. He's a 25 shard unlock, so after 5 days you can unlock him. Then you have your 2 other Orcs here, Tromgar, which is through achievements, which you will unlock him at about level 30 or 40, somewhere in that range. You'll unlock him, and then Mar, you can get him through the arena store. So if you go and look at it within the arena, you can see Mar, you can get his hero stones here in the arena store. You get arena at level 20. So it's a very easy team to build up very early within the game. By about 35, you should be ready to have a full Orc team. So within an Orc team, you're going to have 2 possible leads you can use. And honestly, they both give sustainability to Orcs, but they go about it in very different ways. The default one is going to be Rantha. Now, Rantha is, of course, the default character you're going to get, and her leadership, when fully upgraded, gives allied Orcs 5% lifesteal for each living Orc within the party. So 5 Orcs, that's 25% lifesteal, and they also get a 25% damage increase. Very good for, actually, doing a lot of damage with the team, and some really great lifesteal, and plus her leadership is versatile for also bringing in other teams. Goblins gain the crit damage bonus, Pride gain the bonus tenacity, so there is some things to be had there. Now, if you're using a Tromgar lead, it's a bit different, and Tromgar, I think, is probably the better lead if you're going for outside of an Orc team. And what you're getting with his lead is that all allied Orcs receive a 30% potency increase and tenacity increase. And then whenever an allied Orc inflicts a debuff on the enemy, all Orcs recover 5% of their health for each debuff inflicted. Now, this one, I say that it's better for a team that's outside of Orcs, and that's mostly because you're going to see a Tromgar lead as one of the better arena teams out there. We'll discuss that in a video later. But once you start getting Hard Orc, and once you can get him within your team, he hands out a lot of debuffs, so he's going to be one that you're going to start looking at using a Tromgar lead instead. But for beginner players, you're going to want to use the Rantha lead just because you get that damage increase and the health steal increase. It's a much better straightforward lead. So the Rantha lead is the one I recommend. Now, in terms of abilities that you should upgrade right away, Mortha's heal is one that you really have to go for. Mortha is the only clan healer we have, and she's not a very good healer as it stands. So when these orcs start taking damage, and they're going to, you're going to need to use her healing ability to help top them off, and use that with the combination of Rantha's Lee. So this is one you're really going to need to focus on, get it upgraded, because it gives her the more healing abilities, though keep in mind it only jumps to 3 targets, so it's not a team-wide heal. Now, another ability that you really should take a look at upgrading pretty quickly is going to be the taunt on Tromgar, because this, number 1, level 2 ability makes his taunt then last for 2 turns. That's a big deal, and then level 3 reduces the initial cooldown by 1. Now, once you get it up to the fully leveled ability, you'll be able to use it turn 1. So, just getting this, it means that he's able to taunt a little bit faster, though in the meantime, you do have another taunt thanks to Rantha with her bear pet, which his name is Battle Poo, which, yeah. Nothing against the name, it's just a silly name. This is another one I recommend you guys look at working on, because the bear is very squishy at the beginning. It only has 40% of her health, so upgrading it a little bit, eventually you're going to get it to a good chunk of her health. So you need to upgrade that bear pretty quickly, get a little bit more health so that it can tank in the time it takes Tromgar to finally get his taunt up. So that is always something to keep in mind. Now, Corcrim, Corcrim's here because you need an orc team, and he does have his bonus potency. Eventually, he'll get a lot of bonus potency once you're running a full orc team here. But in the meantime, you can upgrade his storm ability a little bit, get a chance to stun, and then his basic, get a chance to increase burning. But I wouldn't go very far on this. Corcrim's just kind of here as a utility for the most part. One of the last characters you want to upgrade, and then Mar. Mar is a pretty good damage dealer, but it kind of comes with a cost, and where he has to, take damage in order to deal more damage. So at early levels, he's dealing 1% more damage for each 9% of his missing health. Not exactly something to write home about. I mean, fully upgraded, it's 1% per 2% missing of his health. So it gets better at higher levels, but at early levels, not too much, and he's not gonna hit the most either until you start really increasing his abilities, putting some gear on him, putting some runes on him. But he's here to deal damage nonetheless, so he can do some pretty nice stuff here. Give himself some crit damage increase, and crit chance increase. Also give himself some bonus turn meter. So he's a decent damage dealer, so you do want to have him here. Of course, upgrade his abilities at least a little bit, but it's recommended that you focus on Tromgar's taunt and the stats for the bear pet with Rantha, and the healing ability with Mortha first. So we're going to try this bot team next. There's a bunch of goblins on the enemy team, and the only one I'm really worried about is this guy, Sergeant Pigwald, because he can pick off the weakest enemy or the weakest characters on my team pretty quickly, and that can be a problem if I don't get rid of him at the very beginning. So that is always something to be careful of. Hopefully, looks like they're going to pick on Corcrim this time, which is nice. Let's see. Can I get rid of Pigwald there? Perfect. So I got rid of Pigwald. Looks like I'm about to lose Mar if I'm not, if I can't get some time. We'll get the taunt here with Battle Poo. We'll get a regeneration going on Tromgar in preparation. We got a shield on Mar, so that was nice at least. But then we'll go ahead, give him the bonus damage. See what we can do there. Get the attacks going in against Old Lore. Can we get a stun? No stuns this time, but now I'm able to taunt with Tromgar, so that's nice at least. Go ahead, take care of Hera if possible. So we got an AoE there, and he was missing a lot of health, so that is nice, but if I had that fully upgraded, we would have done a lot of damage there. And Adam on the enemy team, if I ever do a video of like the top 10 worst characters for this game, Adam is going to be on there pretty quickly because he's just an unreliable tank, and that's one of your starting characters to get as well, but he's just garbage at the end of the day. He's just no good. Okay, so we are almost through Adam. I mean, his taunt right now, he's taunting right now, but it's so RNG based, it just never really happens. And then keep going on Hera, see if we can finish her off. There we go, finished off Hera. We'll finish off Mortha and Old Lore, and we will call it a day on this one. So, Orcs overall, there's a lot of bonus synergy going on with this team. They build off of each other in different ways. You have the emergency taunt with Rantha and her bear if necessary. You also have the ability to kind of, get the taunts with Tromgar use him to kind of get the counters on the enemy team, and with that upgraded ability on his basic, he's able to stun with that. So there's a lot of bonus synergy between these orcs, and then as you upgrade some of those uniques, like on Corkrim, yeah, I mean, the bonus potency on Corkrim, that's going to allow you to land those stuns and burns more often with his ability. So overall, there's a lot of bonus synergy within an orc team, and it runs really, really well, and I love it, and especially when I throw in Hard Orc with this orc team. I throw in that Tromgar lead. I'm getting a lot of healing with it. So as a starting team, they work out pretty well. There's a lot of good synergy with them at the beginning, but then as you start going in with this team, you start developing it, building up abilities, they get better and better, and that, I think, is something that makes them really worthwhile. You know, you have a lot of teams out there who can be very good at the beginning of a game, but as you go into late game, they start to really fall off. You don't really have that problem here with orcs. They start out strong, they end even stronger as you get Hard Orc, and as soon as you get Hard Orc unlocked, you get even better because he has a lot of buffs and debuffs. He has a team-wide cleanse on his abilities. Yeah, Hard Orc really will help bring that orc team together, but that's way down the road. So as these starting 5 orcs, you will get a pretty solid team. Now this is something you can use in Tower for some of those floors that require certain races to be used there, so that's something there. It's also all physical damage, so you can use that within the raid against certain phases of the fight. So orcs are going to give you a lot of lasting power, definitely something that you guys can invest in for the long run. Orcs, definitely a team that if you're starting out in this game, recommend that you guys take a look at checking it out and seeing what you guys can get with it, because it's fantastic. So let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about orcs? Is this something you guys really want to try out? Let me know down below. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys later.